If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
That's what I'm talking about. Festive. Come on. Here it is.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays.
Kind of dance around. That's good.
'Cause no matter how
Is Perry Como again?
away you roam.
We are such a cutting-edge hip show. Perry Como, Dave Clark 5, and Robert Goulet. Excuse me. I mean, come on.
We're going to do at 9 o'clock hour, we'll do a retrospective on Robert Goulet's Christmas hits.
Yeah, because somebody tweeted me yesterday. They go, Perry Como's really great. And I really, and they went on
tweeted
about
just like that. Perry Como's really great.
Yeah. I'm the only person I get a Perry Como tweet. It was before my time, but he was great. The barber from Pennsylvania. Hey, it's 8:27. Dr. Jeffrey Gardere is here. Yay! A round of applause for this brilliant young man, kind enough to join us.
Thank you.
Jeffrey, I could talk to you for hours, man. And now you're a clinical, nationally renowned clinical psychologist. You have, if I may, you have patients come in, people come in, and they chat with you, and you walk them through the ups and downs of life, yes?
Yeah. Primarily, I do two things. One is I teach behavioral medicine, as you know.
Touro College.
At Touro College of Medicine. And the other thing is my private practice. And I really love people, as you do.
Yeah.
And so it is really wonderful for me to be able to be in people's lives, have the privilege to work with individuals and with families to get them through the ups and downs of life.
You're good, though. See, I could tell you everything. I tell you my whole life story, man. I could tell you. But I can see you looking at me. You can say, you know, I got the baggage. You know it. You can see it.
Well, yeah, you do, and we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
People should know that we've talked over the years. We've run into each other at Fox and different places, and it's been really wonderful knowing you because you're a very complex and I would say sometimes somewhat of an emotionally disturbed, but in a very positive way, individual. You really are. You're a very complex man, and I know that comedy in your life has been your catharsis.
Right.
It's been your therapy. You know, your faith has been your therapy. So I think those things are important.
You're the best. I am. And you know what? You don't know where you go. When you're on stage and you got to go somewhere in a song or you got to present something in a bit that you're doing, you have to go to what I call the dark side.
Yes.
You have to go there. Matter of fact, when I broke up with the last girl I was with, I said, and she goes, oh, we should get back together. I said, nah. I said, no. Listen, I love you. I'll always love you. You are the place I go to when I need to find pain. How about that for a line? How about that for a breakup line?
That's a great breakup line because we'll make sure that in a couple of years after she really understands that, she's not coming back to you.
Yeah, you're right. I said, but it's true though. When the old man Frank Sinatra would sing those ballads, man, and then which I did. I was in Los Angeles last weekend, and I had to do some of those songs. You go to that pain place,
right.
Doc.
That's right.
And as a performer, you go to that. And I really think, as a comedian, you do so. And I talked to your buddy, Dr. Keith Abloh, about this.
Yes.
And Keith says the same thing. He goes, man, what issues do you have that you have to keep going on stage to prove yourself every time? What other business does that? And because as soon as you step off stage, what do? I got to go back on and do that all over again.
Well, that's the blessing that you have that as the catharsis. You have that as the way to be creative, to be able to work out the issues. A lot of people don't have the privilege of doing that. You do that on your shows. You do that on your radio. You do that through your singing. You do it through your comedy. And really, that's a therapy. That's what we do in therapy. We get people to sing about their pain. They do it in a way where they're talking, but they're really singing about their pain, and they get better. And then you help people because they hear you and they see that you've had all of these different directions in your life, and you still come out on top, stronger and better each time.
It's why I guess a lot of people with comedy backgrounds have been through that pain. And, you know, as we talk here very frankly with Jeffrey Gardere, Dr. Jeffrey, 831, if you could stay with us.
Yes.
So I remember I met one great director once, and I wanted to do a part. And then he said to me so many words, you know, Joe, I don't know that you experienced the pain you had to do. Because I would go, isn't that funny that I would go on? And I don't know, at that time, this had to be had to be 15 years ago. At that time, I don't think I got it. Now, after so many people, women leave you, Doc. After so many people drain your bank account,
I've been there.
Doc.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The pain comes upon us, and it just really, like I always say, and I say to you listening now, to Dr. Gardere and myself, when the obstacles come upon us, and they always do, and one obstacle after another obstacle, and then I know people driving now, they say to themselves, today, right now, someone's saying to themselves, is it me? And I'm going to tell you right now, no, it's not you. It is an obstacle. It's that curse that comes on, and it's when all that negativity, and correct me if I'm wrong, it will strengthen your resolve.
That's right. And that's why it's important to acknowledge and experience the pain, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Bingo.
And that's how we continue to evolve as human beings. We deal with the adversity, we process it, we learn from it, we take responsibility where we have to, but know that we all carry that burden of pain, but it's also a gift in that it takes us out of the comfort zone and makes us stronger each time.
Fired up! I'm fired up. So, and I'm a germaphobe. You're so cute. Dr. Jeffrey comes in like this. He goes, hey, I know you're a germaphobe. He gives me like an elbow bump. Not even a fist thing. Right. Because you're afraid, God forbid, I should touch with a fist. And so you're a bit of a germaphobe, too. And what did you say?
A bit of a I'm a huge germaphobe, as you are, too, and you're famous for it. Other celebrities are famous for it. Yeah. But what we're talking about is something called hypochondria. And it is this unreasonable fear, not always, of disease. And I call it a superpower. You have a superpower because hypochondriacs actually know how to protect themselves from danger. Because the fact is, there are germs out there. There are ways to get sick. What happens, though, if you don't control that superpower, then it runs amok.
It controls you.
And it controls you.
Yeah.
So really the trick is using the hypochondriasis or the anxiety or whatever the issue is, use it in a constructive way in order to keep it's the danger, the warning sign, but don't let it overwhelm you. So if you use a hand sanitizer, you know what you're doing? As you're doing, you're actually controlling it. You're controlling your symptoms.
Joe Piscopo for Durasan. Hi, this is great. You know what? You got to try it. We should get some Durasan for the doc. It's no alcohol. And then I saw a guy, and he was like he was a religion. He wore some kind of headdress that he depicted me that he was of religion, and he was at the mall, and I ran into the restroom real quick. He was washing his hands at one sink, Doc.
Yeah.
He went to another sink. He cleaned the faucet, and I'm watching this guy, and then he had religion, and clearly he looked like he came from somewhere else other than America. And I want to say it's all over. No matter what your religion is, no matter where you come from, he started like doing the whole thing, you know?
You know what I call that?
What is it?
Being part of the tribe. Being part of the hypochondriasis tribe. So when I see people like that, you know what I say?
What's that?
Hey, brother.
And, we got to let you go, but on the sexual allegations, has the pendulum gone too much the other way, Doc?
I think it's a good thing that we're finally giving women their due and understanding the suffering that they have. I think what the challenge is now is how do we bring out the appropriate punishment and discipline based on what the improper behavior is. So a person who says something that is inappropriate to someone, should they lose their job or should they get a verbal disciplining by the boss? And I think that's what we're trying to figure out now. But I think we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that a lot of women's lives, and men too, who have been victims of manipulation, sexual manipulation, harassment, their lives have been destroyed, and we have to keep that in mind. But now we have to figure out what we need to do in order to get a healthier workplace environment, but not throw out the baby with the bathwater and silence people where there may be no more social interaction at all.
I know. I'm afraid to say anything anymore.
Well, everything I say now, if I say to someone, you really look great, I always end it with, professionally speaking, of course.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, so you have to stay professional. So you don't say you look hot in that dress.
Yeah.
You say, you know what?
Yeah.
That outfit
I know.
that you are wearing
Yeah.
really brings out your competence, your professional demeanor, and I really like it, professionally speaking. So, you know, I mean, you just got to really
You got to
be
put
careful.
a caveat on it, too.
Well, and you don't want to offend, too. I think, and too often we have offended in trying to be sweet and trying to be nice. You have to know your audience. You have to know who you're talking to, but you have to be respectful.
You should have your own show. Do you have your own show? Do you have it going on?
I don't, but you know what? It is an honor and a pleasure to be sitting here with the living legend. Joe, I'm telling you, I don't take this the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
But, man, I love you.
Oh, thank you.
I love you.
Professionally
I really
speaking,
do.
of
Professionally speaking, of course. Thank you, Frank.
Only in the 21st century. Dr. Jeffrey with love and respect right back at you. Watch this. Watch this. Go ahead. Handshake. Boom. There we go.
And you know he's going to use the, what do you call it?
Durasan.
The Durasan right after this.
Right there. We love you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And
It's a
best
pleasure.
to Ricky, too. You're with one of the best kids in
Ricky
Younger.
is amazing.
Yeah, he's really good. Thank you, Doc.
And Frank ain't bad either, by the way.
Yeah, Frankie, 5 barrels. And come back soon, please.
Absolutely.
And
My
Jeffrey
pleasure. Thank
Gardere
you.
right there. Thank you, Doc, so much. Piscopo in the morning. Whoa.
If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.